January 20th, 2018. It's his birthday. Just like every birthday, he wakes up very early in the morning, does not go out drinking or partying the day before or the day of, and locks himself inside his room for approximately 24 hours. He fasts, never eats. He does not drink coffee or tea, just water. Pure water fast for 24 hours every birthday for the last 5 years. And what he has been doing the last 2 years is reading Stoic philosophy. Pretty much the whole day. Book after book, passage after passage. Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, some current Stoics, Ryan Holiday, Tim Ferriss. And he immerses himself in Stoic philosophy. January 20th, 2018 is a different day though, because he stumbles upon this passage by Marcus Aurelius in the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius. He's read this book before, but this time it's different. He's in Toronto at the time. He's working out well. His testosterone is quite good. He just recently doubled it. And his inner self, his inner nature, is ready for a transformation. Another one. He's already transformed his body, his mind. He's done that. He's doubled his testosterone. He's become really fit. He's had sex now, really good sex. He knows how to get boners, and he knows how to last long. He knows how to really satisfy his woman. He has amazing confidence. His fear is completely gone. All of his past insecurities and judgments of himself, he now owns. It is time for a final transformation, is what he feels in his gut. So what does he do? It's his birthday, so he's reading Marcus Aurelius, and he stumbles upon this passage. And the passage says, imagine you're dead today. You've died. And you look at your life and you think to yourself, now that I'm dead, there's nothing to do, my life is over. Is there anything left over which is a bonus that I could still do? A bonus. Something I could do for fun. Well, do it. Do that fucking thing for the rest of your life. That person who was reading Stoic philosophy, that person who fasts for 24 hours every birthday, that person who was in Toronto on January 20th, 2018 reading Stoic philosophy, that person is me. This year, on January 20th, as I was reading the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius over and over and over, I read this passage and I told myself, the fuck? Of course, if my life was over, there would be a bonus that I haven't done yet. What is that bonus? I've transformed my mind my body, my confidence, my sex performance, my erection quality, my libido, my energy, my focus, my productivity. I have it all. What is the final transformation that I need to do? It's the transformation of the heart. Today's video is going to be about the importance of your environment. How your confidence, your testosterone levels, your masculinity, the way you are aware of your breath, the circulation in your body, especially your sexual organs, your pure focus in which you love, your inner drive and purpose, your spirituality. How does all of that relate to your environment? How does all of that relate to the product of the 5 people you are surrounded with? These fuckers like Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, all these peak performance coaches and public speakers, Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, Tai Lopez. Everyone says this shit. You are the product of the 5 people you're surrounded with. You're the product of your environment. You're the product of your nurture. What does that even mean? That's what this video is about. A lot of you want to really transform yourself. You want to overcome porn addiction. You want to really fuck your girlfriend for hours. You want your woman to scream your name and brag about your dick to her friends. You want to have the confidence of a Trojan warrior who can fight his own ego. You want to have an alpha male mentality, but you also want to be grounded and relaxed and fun and happy and natural. Well, my friend, it ain't easy. In this video, I'm going to tell you some stories of what I've done in my life to transform myself, and they're extreme things. Some of this stuff I covered in the My Story video, Truth 1, the first one, My Truth. Today, I want to get into some new stuff I haven't actually told anybody yet. And I want to tell you guys first. A lot of people who follow me on Doc Testosterone don't actually know my other Instagram account. You might not know what I've been doing in New York City for the last 5 months, right before I came to Stockholm. You may not know what it took, that final step it took me to get a hot, stunning girlfriend that I can fuck for hours and is in love with my cock and is in love with my heart and my mind and my body. You don't really know the last stage I had to pass through to get there. And I'm going to reveal that today in the Truth video. That day during my birthday, when I read that quote by Marcus Aurelius, the first thing that came to my mind was, Farhan, get your ass out of fucking Toronto. This fucking city is shit for you. You're born for New York City. You're a fucking New Yorker at heart. You're a hustler. You're a transformer. You're an alpha. You're a leader. You transform others. You allow others to figure out how to love themselves. You search for the truth, no matter what it takes. You are an extremist, born and raised. And I don't mean those dumbass extremists that blow people up. I'm saying an extremist in love. Love himself, love herself, love themselves. This is the motto that I have for my life. Love myself and love the world, love nature. Have an amazing, clean heart that wants good for everyone. So that day, when I read that quote, I started packing my bags. I didn't think, what the fuck am I going to do in New York City? Where am I going to live? How am I going to get there? Nah, I trusted me. I trusted my future self. Because I already know I can transform. I already know what the hell I need to do. I might not realize it yet. It might not be in my consciousness yet. But I have the confidence. So I started packing my bags. I did that night. I had my bags packed. As I was packing my bags, I booked a ticket to New York City one way. As I was packing my bags, I got an Airbnb for 1 month. And I ended up staying in that Airbnb for 5 months, but I got it for 1 month. I went to New York that night. I took the midnight flight. I was in New York. And I was in New York for 5 months. In New York is where I met my current girlfriend. In New York is where I designed this hoodie t-shirt. In New York is where I designed an entire jacket. In New York is where I designed my own hat. In New York is where I started rapping and wrote 10 rap songs. In New York is where I met and made the best of friends. In New York, in the last 5 months, is where I transformed my heart. That's where I learned how to love myself. You noticed this probably about me. 5 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, you watch my videos and then you watch them today. That transformation is the complete transformation. If you've read certain books, Joseph Campbell, Elliot Hulse, you know about the lover, magician, king, warrior. This entire testosterone truth course and everything that is covered in the webinar is about the warrior. I want to make you a warrior that gets his dreams. When I got to New York, you know what I did? Go look up my Instagram at Farhan's Dream. I initiated a project where I would record people's dreams, what they want in life. And then I wrote their name, where they're from, and their dream on clothes. My jacket that I designed, summer and winter, both. Then on the hat that I designed, and then on this hoodie t-shirt that you see in front of you right now. I have dreams of people written all over it. People interviewed me about my project. I teamed up with a pattern maker, with a tailor, with several other fashion designers. People started calling me a scientist at heart. They started calling me a fashion designer. I was a designer in New York, a fashion designer. Can you understand that? I was able to transform my heart and become an artist, a pure artist. No fashion design school. I never went to the Fashion Institute of Technology or Parsons or an art school. Never designed clothing in my life. But guess what? I had the confidence, the self-trust, the testosterone, the productivity, the focus to not only do the content for Doc T and read science and prepare my health and my body for the future as I have always done and will always do, but I started making clothes. When you go look at Farhan's Dream, at Farhan's Dream, the Instagram account, you're going to be shocked out of your mind. I left that account right now. For 3 months, I'm off of this account because I wanted to focus on this. I wanted to record the truths for you. Because I finally figured out how to transform the heart. Look, man, if you want to really change and transform, forget about the heart transform. You're going to transform your heart later. That's very advanced. If you want to transform your body, your dick, your sex performance, your boner quality, your libido, your energy levels, your productivity, your focus, you have to first transform your body and your brain. And by brain, I don't just mean your central nervous system. I also mean your gut, your belly, your digestive system, which is its own brain, the secondary brain as it's called, your microbiome. I need you to transform that too. But you cannot transform that on your own all the time. Look at me. I went through last 5 months in New York to transform myself. I hung out with pattern makers, fashion designers, tailors, artists, illustrators. I was at the Apple store every week taking sketch classes so I can sketch out the clothes that I want to design. To transform my body, I moved to a gym. To transform my mind, I did tons of exercises to gain more confidence. I did improv at the best fucking improv school in the world called Second City in Toronto. I did those classes. I did improv in Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, I transformed this guy to become confident with women. With all of my testosterone knowledge, all of my immersion into having sex with girls, I understood how to have amazing boners. Through the herbs that I've been taking, my own custom design, I learned how to get that cutting edge in the boost of testosterone. If you want to be a person who really wants a change in his life, you have to change the people you are around. You have to be around those that have your fucking mindset. If you are a nice person and you want to become tougher, more alpha, more warrior-like, you have to be surrounded by warriors. If you want to be in an environment that is more creative, entrepreneurial, loving, positive, free thinking, you have to be around people like that. You have to be in a city like that. You have to be in an environment like that. Leave toxic people. Right now, as I speak to you, I have eliminated 10 people from my life. 3 of those people were my best friends that I have known for more than 15 years. I deleted them from my life. Gone. They're gone. Why? Because they were toxic to me. They were bad to me. They're completely gone from my life. I've deleted them on all social media. I've blocked them from my phone. It is not easy to change. If you're addicted to porn, it is not easy to get rid of it. You might go into this no-fap thing, or you might do some kind of this protocol or that protocol or this sensitivity training. But if you really want to transform, you must do everything that it takes. And in the webinar, I'm going to outline exactly how you could do that, how I can help you do that, how people in our tribe can help you do that. I will outline every single thing So I'm gonna, for the last time in these truths, I'm gonna tell you, if you haven't registered for the webinar, go do so right now. Fill out the form. What questions do you have? What do you want to ask me? What do you want me to cover in the webinar? I'm reading those questions. I'm preparing those answers. I want to help you for real. When I know the love that I have in my heart for myself and the world right now, and doing exactly what I love and what frees me from my own ego, when I'm doing that, I want nothing more to have everyone do that. When I see my body healthy, when I see me taking off my shirt and my pants every chance I get so I can fuck my girlfriend, when I see her doing stuff like that and making those noises, when I see her looking at me like she wants to fucking rape me at every moment, when I see her saying she loves me 20,000 times a day, when I see the pain in her eyes, when she thinks she might not be with me one day, the freeing, loving energy that I have in my heart right now, I want you to have. I want everyone to have that. When I was in Montreal, I transformed people who were on my team at the time. You remember Dilip? The guy who was with me? Daniel Lipkovich, you remember him? He was in my videos. He was living with me. He was fat. He was not confident. You probably saw that in the videos. Go look on YouTube if you don't remember. Go look at him now. Go look at what he's doing now. In the webinar, I will bring forward people who I have coached in the past. I will bring forward people who have transformed their lives through my facilitation, but above all, through their action. Above all, by the environment they were in. You have to get rid of toxicity. When I first wanted to get rid of porn, when I first wanted to overcome my addiction, you know what I did? I moved in with my parents in Dallas. 2014 Halloween until February of 2015, I was living with my parents. I knew that there was no way for me to overcome my porn addiction unless I change my physical environment, and I did. Now, it might not be practical for you. I'm not saying you have to change the city, but every tool I can give you, man, every tool in my arsenal, I want to give you. And if you still have questions, you still have some inquiries, some queries, let me know. I will address it in the webinar. I'm talking so much today about the webinar because it pains me if you don't attend. It literally pains me. I want you to do every single thing possible to attend the webinar, because if you don't, this Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, you will maybe lose that one chance you have to transform yourself. And I mean, look, dude, I got nothing to lose. I'm just here to help. I got everything I need. I got the life I want. I'm in Stockholm. I was in New York City, 2 weeks ago. Next, I'm going to an island to live with my girlfriend, and we're gonna have, our honeymoon thing there. I'm set. I don't need anything. But I want to help you. I want you to really change. I don't want to see that pain anymore in people. When I see on the Facebook group people sending certain messages, I see comments in YouTube, I feel really sad for some people. Look, man, look at the world you're in. You're a human being living on earth right now. I want you to have every single peak experience, every single wow experience that you can have. And I have been just very lucky to transform myself. I've just been very lucky to be an extreme person, to go to Vegas and live for a year and change my environment, to go to strength camp and live for 8 months in a gym and change my environment, to go to 13 cities and live in 13 cities now, go to Colombia to learn Spanish and dance, salsa dancing and bachata dancing, and learn how to move my booty. I've immersed myself in different things. I became an artist, man. Through my environment change, through the people I was around. That's it. 2 things. Where you are and who you are around. That's it. And I really, really want you to experience this. Now let me give you a few examples of how people have changed because they took action and changed their environment. I already mentioned a little bit about Dilip. So Dilip went from a literally zero confidence, insecure weasel to now a fucking fit business owner, confident, training like a motherfucker, has his own employees now, has his own filmmaking business, is super proud and happy. I was just chatting with him on Facebook yesterday. My God, the positive joy that I see in him. Look at what he did. Look at Daniel. His first meeting with me, I was staying with a friend in Montreal, and there was a RSD inner circle meeting. It's this meeting, a bunch of pickup artists get together and talk about girls and shit. I was staying at their house, so I wasn't in the meeting. I was about to get the fuck out, go to a coffee shop, get the hell out of there. Because at that time, I was done with RSD crap. Enough of that. I'd already transformed myself in the cold approach thing, and this was around late 2016, 2017. He approached me and he goes, "Hey, Farhan, I've read about you on Facebook. I've seen your YouTube videos. I'm very happy that I met you today because I want to transform. I don't want to be fat anymore. I don't want to be low in confidence with women. And I've done all this RSD stuff, but you've actually gone to immersion and you went to Vegas for a year and you've hung out with all the instructors and you're fit now. You went to strength camp, you hung out with Elliot, learned from him, trained with him. I'll do anything. What can I do to transform myself? I want to be your intern." At that moment, I thought to myself, well, first of all, I'm already coaching people. I don't really have room to take another guy. But let's see how hungry this guy is. Let's see what he's made out of. So I asked him, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to sacrifice everything? Everything. Your beliefs, what your parents think of you, what your friends think of you, what your ego thinks of you. Are you willing to change your physical fucking environment? Overcome your porn addiction? Overcome your anxiety? The fact that your dad never said, "I'm proud of you" to you? Are you willing to do that? He said yes. Okay, move in with me. We're going to live together for 4 months. I'm going to train you myself. I'm going to cook all the food. You're going to live with me. I'm going to give you a fucking immersion for 4 months. It ended up being 3 months because I left Montreal and I moved out, went to New York. 3 months. at that time. He lived with me for 3 months. And if you watch all those YouTube videos, you'll see, we were doing a lot of Facebook Lives together. We were eating together. We were, filming everything. And he's a filmmaker, so we filmed the whole thing. We filmed all our workouts, all of our sessions, all of our coaching, what we went through, all of the different exercises and different methods. Those 3 months changed his entire life. He got out of his physical environment. He got away from his parents. He lived with me. I coached him one-on-one. And he was around my group. He was around Lamia, who's my best friend in Montreal, the sweetest girl in the world. He was around Zach, the guy who I learned how to be a vegan from, and now he's training with Zach in Montreal. He was around very, very good people that I knew at the time, because I had already gotten rid of all the toxic people in my life, and now he was only around good people. His friend Rabbi Dan Rosenberg told me that, Farhan, me and Daniel are changing so much just by being around you that our parents are saying, hey, guys, why are you not playing video games all day anymore? What the hell happened? Why are you getting work done now? And up to today, they're thanking me. It's been 2 years. Now, this is not to brag, even though I love to brag too. I mean, hell yeah, it's the truth. The reason I'm telling you this is because they drastically changed their life and were willing to make the sacrifice of everything it takes to transform the mind, the body, and the heart. They did it all. And I'm super proud. Now he can fuck like a rock star. He has circulation in his dick. He's proud to take off his shirt and his pants. His libido's great. His productivity, his focus. Go watch this motherfucker on Instagram and Facebook now. Look at his fucking photos. Completely transformed. Now, I'm not saying I did it all. No. Zach is a big part of that too. The guy I learned how to be a vegan from. Zach was also in my videos in the past, you'll see. It's in front of you. What happens when one changes their environment? Another interesting story I want to tell you about is this guy, Jerry, from the Netherlands. He was in Vegas immersion. I still remember the first day. 31 years old, virgin. I spoke to him for about 2 hours. I was head coach at the time of immersion in Vegas. And I told him, Jerry, what is the moment when you were the most insecure in your life? The most fear you had? What was that moment? So he told me, he's like, Farhan, I remember I was salsa dancing once. And as I was dancing with this girl, I had a boner, full raging. And I became guilty. I felt guilt and shame of my sexuality and my masculinity, and I stepped away from her. And I'm like, the fuck? How? Why? My mom, as I was growing up, as a Dutch, in the Netherlands, always told me that it's bad to have a boner. It's evil. Sex is evil. It's evil to feel horny for a woman. It's evil to express yourself sexually to a girl you want to fuck. My mom taught me that, Farhan. All right. I talked to him for 2 hours that night. His dad called 3 times the next day to make sure his son was fine. That kind of pussy type dad who is afraid and doesn't want to put his son out of the comfort zone is a fucking pussy dad and should be shot. Those types of dads are everywhere in the world. We don't want to be that kind of dad. This guy, Jerry, after he was done, you should have fucking seen this guy. I still remember him. Caesar's Palace, the casino, there's a water fountain outside. I still remember him sitting there one day, smiling. I sat next to him. Hey, Jerry, what happened, man? I've never seen you this happy. Farhan, I had sex last night with an amazing girl. I approached her, I was frank with her, and I fucked her brains out last night. Remember, this guy had no problems with sex and he had no boner problems. He was a sex machine. He just didn't know it. He just wasn't confident to express himself. And that coaching, that approaching, that out of his comfort zone transformation of his mind allowed him to be truly happy. I remember another guy, an immersion, Brazilian guy, Pablo. He came to immersion because he didn't want his son to grow up a pussy like he did. And this guy was actually a urologist in Brazil, lives in São Paulo. I'm still in touch with him. The first day I had, again, my 2-hour meeting with him, and he said, look, man, I have a wife. I'm good. You know, I'm having sex with her and stuff. No problems there. I mean, he's a fucking urologist. He knows how to get boners and stuff. But he's like, I'm very insecure with myself. I'm very insecure around people. I'm not confident. I have a lot of fear. And my son is going to grow up like me, and I don't want that. I want my son to be a rock star with women. I've only fucked one girl, and that's my wife. She's Brazilian. We met through a friend. I want my son to fuck all the girls, all the cheerleaders. I want to grow up to be a great dad. I don't want my son to have anxiety, bullshit like that. Fuck that. I want to be a great dad. How do I do it? I was also his head coach. And we approached a lot of women. And this guy was very uncomfortable. He comes from a Roman Catholic background. Very religious society in Brazil. Very conservative parents. He didn't think he could do it. He's like, Farhan, I can't. I just can't do it. I'm like, look, man, you don't have to fuck any girls. You have a wife. I don't want you to cheat on your wife. Hell no. Be true to your wife, but overcome your fear. And he did. Now he's back in Brazil, and he's raising up his son to be a fucking champion. I want you to get like that. This is why I'm telling you these stories. In order for you to transform your life, you have to change everything about you. Don't let the ego get in the way. Take fucking action. We had another guy in immersion. He was from the Yukon territory where nobody fucking lives. This guy was 47, the oldest immersion student we ever had, and he was a virgin. I boot camped him with Ozzy. You don't have to know who Ozzy is. He's just an executive instructor who teaches pickup. He teaches how to pick up women at clubs and bars and casinos and all that shit. Ozzy. Ozzy's Cuban and, you know, lived in Barcelona. Very, very good. He's old too. He's about 44, 46, something like that. And this 47-year-old cried 7 times the first day in Vegas. He cried 7 times. Tears. Bald dude. And Ozzy sort of gave up on him. He's like, dude, I can't handle this motherfucker. I'm going to punch his lights out. I'm like, don't worry about it, man. I got this one. I got this guy. So I was very patient. It's one of my strengths. Huge strength. So I coached this guy for those 3 days, one-on-one. Had him approach a lot of women. I calmed him down. You know, he cried on my shoulders. I was like, it's all good. Breathe, bro. It's all good. And I still remember that last night, the debrief after the boot camp is over, Ozzy came up to me and was like, bro, you changed this guy's life. how did you do this? This guy's from the Yukon, crazy environment, like there's nobody there, loner, conservative, no confidence, and now he's talking to girls, having fun, dancing with them. He wore a fucking Speedo at XS, and he's not skinny. This guy's fat with like a belly hanging out. He wore Speedos. That's how confident he was that last night. 3 days it took him for one-on-one, from one-on-one. And Ozzy had me give the speech in Summit. That was my second speech at Summit. Second or third, I don't remember. This is a World Summit in Vegas for RSD. I was one of the people who spoke that day. And Ozzy was so proud of me because I did something he couldn't do as an executive instructor with 20 years of experience. Why? Because I gave a shit about that guy. And I give a shit about you, or I wouldn't be making these videos. I fucking want you to change, bro. If you're watching this, you've watched all the other truths, and you're gonna watch the truths to come. I know you give a shit about yourself. But in order for you to change, you have to change your environment. This guy came to Vegas for those 3 days. He changed his environment. He got that immersion in his head. And that was a lot of hours. That was about 36 hours. 12 hours a day we were with him. In those 36 hours of one-on-one, he transformed. Take notes. Remember what I'm saying. Don't forget these things if you want to change your brain, your heart, your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul, every fucking thing. I'm gonna leave you with a few things that are very important for you. The first thing is the exposure that you get from a new environment. Why is it so important to you? Why is it so important to all of us? This is why. All we really have is our senses. Visual, auditory, olfactory, gustatory, and tactile. That's all we have. You need to immerse yourself in an environment and take advantage of every sense that you have. Every single one. Now, yes, it takes 3 months to rewire a brain. Obviously, we know this. We've known this for years. Neuroscience studies have shown this over and over. But the 3 months have to be focused. Every day you need to do a habit if you want to change it. If you want to change something in 3 months, you need to do it every day. If you want to change something in 3 months, you have to be around those people every day. Dilip, Rabbi, this guy that I talked about, Jerry, the guy from the Yukon territory, I don't remember his name. This guy. Every single day, you have to put yourself in that environment. Surround yourself with those people. I'm going to stress it over and over to you, man. That Facebook group we have, what do you think it is? I want you to be in a loving environment, a freeing environment, an environment where you can express yourself, where you can be vulnerable, where you can tell others about your truth. How else will you change if you don't get the feedback? When you get sensory feedback from the environment, that's how your body will know what is right and what is wrong for your physiology. Every single person changes in a different way. The reason I'm happy in life right now, the reason I have freedom in life right now, the reason I'm comfortable with my body and my mind and my heart right now is because I realize what makes me happy. I realize what makes my brain happy. I want you to realize that. Okay? The final thing I'm going to tell you before I get to the challenge is this. Get your ass out of your comfort zone. take fucking action. And again, if you haven't done so already, go register for that webinar. Be at the webinar. Be ready with your fucking pencil and pen and your piece of paper at the webinar. It's super important. I'm going to pour my heart out. You think these truths are something? Wait till the fucking webinar. I'm going all out, man. And don't be selfish. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your colleagues, your professors. Tell everyone about what we're doing. Tell everyone about our group. Tell everyone about our movement. I want you to become a fucking Trojan warrior, man. I want you to get the libido of a rock star, the erection of a porn star, the sex performance of an alpha. I want you to get it. I want you to become that warrior. Now for the challenge. I want you to go and take a cold shower for 5 minutes. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be painful, but fucking do it. I want you to report to me as you're taking the cold shower how you feel. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear the shower going on. That's your challenge. As the shower is going on, I don't care if you're not, I don't want to see your penis or your body. Whatever you can show me is good. I want to see it. Go watch my YouTube video, how I looked when I did a cold bath. I was screaming like a child, like a fucking little girl. Put yourself out of your comfort zone. Go take a cold shower for 5 minutes and report to us in the Facebook group how you felt. During the cold shower, talk, record a video. I want to hear your words. I want to hear how painful it is. That is the beginning of your journey of transformation, man. I can't wait to see the smile on your face. I can't wait for you to overcome your fears. I can't wait for your girl to be screaming your name in bed. I can't wait for your girl to dream about your cock and brag about you to her friends. I can't wait. And I'm gonna fucking get you there. And you'll be there. Might take you 3 months, might take you 6 months. It ain't gonna take you 3 years like it took me. All right? That's the challenge, that's the video. See you next time. Bye-bye. Go for the webinar, register, see you there.